I should have did a little bit more cardio today, man. I should have did a little bit more cardio. I should have ran a lot more. But I'm gonna get this out of the way, man. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna tell you motherfuckers why men seek power and money, man. Money and power. You know, it's because they see the shit that you go through, and they don't want to go through that. They don't want to go through being broke and poor their whole entire life. You see what we go through as broke men? You know, we get no respect in society, man. People just laughing at you, man. You know? Oh yeah, sure. You're gonna blow up one day, yeah, right. Droughts. That's another thing, man. Why men seek money and power is motherfuckers don't want to go through a drought when they're not having sex. You want sex available at all times. Like I said before, man, I lose a girlfriend, I get another one before the sun go down. That's the position I want to be in. I don't want to be in a position where I lost a girlfriend, now I gotta go find a new one. It takes you about a couple of months to find a new one. Now I want to find a new one right away. Like some of these celebrity dudes, bro. They find a new girlfriend right away if they lose one. You feel me? You know. And that's the position I want to be in, where I'm not deprived of nothing. You know, I'm not missing out on nothing. You know, always looking, you always that guy. Let me tell you something. You'll always be that guy in the window with the sad puppy dog face looking in, man. When you rich, bro, you're never that sad puppy, you know, looking in the window, man. No, you're in the window. You're enjoying yourself, man. You got bad bitches. You can eat whatever you want, however you want. Wake up whenever you want to wake up. You go at the sound of your own drum, man. You go at the beat of your own drum. Ain't nobody telling you what to do. You got the bag, baby. You feel me? You got the bag. You know. You know, you're not out here suffering from chronic loneliness, and you know, women don't have a whole lot of power over you and stuff. When you broke, women got the power, bro. They can decide to leave the relationship and leave you sexless for 2 or 3 months until you find a new girlfriend. Now you see why men seek money and power? It's because nobody wants to be deprived of anything, man. You feel me? Nobody wants to be missing out on shit, man. You know, there's some motherfuckers that would never be rich. They'll never chase the bag because they don't think it's important. They don't put no importance on the bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? My mother and father, they didn't care about that bag, bro. They said, fuck it, we going to the grave broke. Yup, the whole entire life. Because they was always thinking about short-term things or short-term pleasure. You know, trying to be in a relationship, trying to be married. Never took time out to chase the bag. You know, never took time out. They never took time out. They never say, you know what? This is not living, man. I'm gonna be on a journey to this bag, man. They say, nope, give me social security numbers, social security checks. Give me, my dad, he had a military check. Still, that's not enough either, man. Give me a military check, give me an SSI check, and I'll live like that for the rest of my life. My mom, she stayed on welfare, man. She never got off of it, bro. She relied on that shit until we turned 18, and then when the checks was not coming in no more, she went homeless herself. You know what I'm saying? But she was always thinking about short term. You know, that shit don't last forever. 18 years passed by quick, man. But let me tell you some of the real reasons why men seek money and power. To keep what's happening to us as average men, you know, to keep that from happening to them. Look at what we go through, bro. Out here. You're struggling to get sex. You're struggling to get intimacy. You're struggling to get it. And those rich dudes or these high value men, they're like, damn, I see the situation you in, bro. I'm glad I got my bag. I'm glad I was on my bag chase, you know what I'm saying? You're like, God damn, you having a hard time getting a girlfriend, bro? What? Damn, I'm glad I'm not in your situation, bro. I got me a girlfriend because I'm a high value man. And I saw it coming. I saw the droughts and stuff coming, so I said, fuck it. I got on my bag chase and now I'm here. You gotta do the same, bro. Just like all the other motherfuckers who got their bag, you gotta do the same thing they went through. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through the same thing they went through. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, how long has it been since you had a girlfriend? 8 years. Woo, man, you should have been on your bag chase. Man, you wasted so much goddamn time in that relationship. Damn, I feel sorry for you, bro. Relationships are not an investment. It's a liability, bro. Because when you're in a relationship, you're spending money. You know, that you'll never ever get back, by the way. You know, yes, you spend money on YouTube, but it's still not an investment. You might as well like take some of that money and throw it down the toilet, man. But that's what it is. When you're in a relationship, it's like taking money and throwing down the toilet, man. Because when I look back, and I was in that relationship, I basically should have thrown all that money out the window, basically, man, and just flushed it down the toilet too. You feel what I'm saying? Because the money didn't come back, bro. Where that money at? The money that I used to take my girlfriend out on dinners, fancy dinners, lobster, steak, and shrimp dinners, you know, her birthday, Christmas came around, you know, where that money at now that I need it right now? You know what I'm saying? Where that money at right now that I need it when I'm in a time of need? It's gone, bro. It's been spent already. The whole entire time, bro, you was with your girl, she was a liability, bro. And she was a distraction. Now that I look back and I see everything for what it is right now, and I'm older and I got wiser and I see things differently now. You know, just make sure when you get into a relationship, I'm gonna let you know, it's a liability. It's not something that is good for you for the long haul if you ain't got bread together. Now, if you got bread together, then you can afford a relationship. You got your shit together, but if you ain't got your shit together, you still working that whack 9-to-5 job, it's not good for you, man. You feel me? You know. It's not good for you at all. You know. Just gotta spend time alone, bro. Till you get your bread up. That's it, man. You know? Until you get your paper stacked, you gotta spend time alone, building, until you get your hands on whatever you're trying to get your hands on. You feel me? So it's like, it's only a few years out of your life. It's not a life sentence when you got to the bag. You know, like Mr. 27 years, he chose a life sentence over chasing the bag. You can't do both. I mean, you can't. Let me tell you something. You can't do both. You gotta do one or the other. You either chase the bag and be in poverty for a few years until you make it happen, or you could do nothing and then spend the rest of your life alone, struggling. You gotta pick one or the other. And if you're a wise man, you'll pick the bag chase, because that only lasts for so long in your life. You feel what I'm saying? You know, that only lasts for so long. The bag chase only lasts for so long. Eventually, you'll get there. But if you sit now, if you don't do nothing throughout your whole entire life, if you don't chase the bag throughout your whole entire life, you'll stay broke for your whole entire life. You hear what I'm saying? Look at all celebrities. At one point, they were struggling. I done heard stories about celebrities talking about, God damn, I was barely getting by, but I still kept going. I still kept trying to become an actor or a comedian. I still kept going. You know, I kept going. What's up with it? Yeah, easy money ain't always easy. Yep. It's hard to make it, bro. It's not easy, but if you stay persistent, you'll get it. You know, a lot of motherfuckers, they're barely getting by, but they kept going, and they got their break because of their, you know, their persistence. But what I'm trying to say is struggle for a little bit in your life, not your whole entire life. Don't be struggling all the way into the day that you die, man. That's why I'm on the bag chase myself. This is not gonna last forever, bro. Eventually, I'm gonna get the bag in the future and I'm gonna be out of here, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, eventually I'm gonna be out of here. I'm gonna be gone. Peace, nigga, peace. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I can look back. I'll be on the beach, sipping on a motherfucking pina colada, spiked with some rum. And I'll put some rum in that pina colada. You feel me? And I can look back and be like, God damn, I'm glad I stayed on that paper chase. I would have still been poor. I would have still been broke. I still would have been struggling in the dating market. Now I got me a woman with a nice big fat ass on her. You know what I'm saying? We on the beach, chilling over there in the Bahamas or in Thailand. You know what I'm saying? Take my woman to Thailand. You know what I'm saying? I know you're saying, okay, bro, you taking sand to a beach. I'm like, yeah, I told you I'm ready to settle down. If I'm traveling with a woman, best believe I chose her. You know, she chose me or whatever. If I'm traveling with her, she's the one. You know what I'm saying? And I'll go to Thailand by myself first. Soy my royal oats and then come around and take her, you know. What's up with it, Kicks? You know what I'm saying? So it's all about, chasing that money and being more fulfilled. That's another thing, the reason why a lot of men seek money and power is because you're feeling more fulfilled. You're not walking around and you see a woman with a nice big ass and some big old titties and you're like, God damn, I wish I had a woman like that. You know the ones that's out of your league and shit. Well, you get to have sex with those. You get to have sex with those. You feel more fulfilled, bro. You're not missing out on nothing. Because, when you broke and dusty, man, you're feeling like you're missing out on something when a woman with a nice big rump walk by, you know what I'm saying? You feel like you're missing out on something. You feel me? We having fun today, man. We having fun for a late lunch. What time is it? Yeah, late lunch. 2:30 almost. You feel like you're missing out on something. You walking by smelling good, nice big ass, some big old titties, nice face. You like, God damn, when you broke, you like, damn, I wish I had something like her. But when you got the bag, you will have something like her. And you don't feel like I'm missing out on this, I'm missing out on that. Nah, man. When somebody pull up on you in their Ferrari, you got a Lamborghini. So you're getting the car of your dreams, you're getting the woman of your dreams, just how you like her. And then you feel more fulfilled in life. You feel like, damn, I'm getting everything I want. I'm not missing out on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because when you ain't got the woman that you really truly like, you feel like you're missing out on something. You got your woman got a flat booty. You're missing out on women who got nice big asses. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you're missing out when you settling for less. What time is it? You feel me? So that's why men seek money and power, because nobody wants to be that puppy that's sad, sitting on the porch, looking from the outside in, looking in the window, seeing all the party going on, the girls everywhere, big booty women, big titty women, slim women, all kinds of beautiful women in that motherfucker. Got cake, sandwiches, salami everywhere, cheese, you feel me? Food is good, and motherfucking partying. And you sitting on that, you that little puppy, and looking on the outside, looking from the outside in. You got the bag, you get what you want. You feel me? Look at Floyd Money Mayweather. He got $100 garage. I mean, 100-car garage. He got every single car he wants. And look at us. We could barely afford one car, man. You feel me? Brushed my teeth today, I did. I gotta brush my teeth.
Wait.
You feel what I'm saying? And then, like I said, the beautiful women that you want to date, you can't date them because you don't have enough money. You don't have enough status. You don't got enough status, man. You can't date these women. They walk by you like you don't exist because they're below you in looks. I mean, you're below them in looks. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Nobody wants to walk around like that. I remember that one guy, his name is Loser Maxon, and I watch his video, his content every now and then, and he says every time he sees a beautiful woman, he gets very upset. Yeah, because you don't have the money to date her, that's why. He gets irritated. Every time he walks by, a beautiful woman with a nice body, a nice figure walks by, he gets upset. You see, that's another reason why men seek the money, because they want to date the women that they want to date, man. Nobody wants to settle. I mean, people do settle, but really, you really don't want to settle, do you? Like, even though people do settle, but if you would rather have a much hotter girl, you know, you want a much hotter girl. You know what I'm saying? You can get one. You feel what I'm saying? When you got money, you can get a much hotter woman. Cause then you look at some of these women that's out of your league, you're like, God damn it, I'll never be able to date no female like her. What's up with it, Captain Commander? Because I ain't got the money. And then you see other men walking around with the female that you would love to be with, and it just tears you down to know that, God damn it, she's out of my league. I'm gonna have to pull in some bread for me to date a woman like that. That's the reason why men seek money and power, because it's frustrating to walk and see a beautiful woman that won't give you the time of day because she's above you in looks. I got plenty of females that's above me in looks, bro. I'm not a Tyrone. I'm not the top tier look dude. Even buff, swole, it don't matter, bro. You are invisible to her. You know, I'm talking about the ones who are top tier, the ones who are gorgeous, man. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones who are sevens, they thinking they too good for you. You feel me? So it's frustrating to go through life and can't have the woman that you really truly desire. That's frustrating. That's why guys go out and become millionaires and billionaires, because they want the woman that they truly want. They want a Stacy or Keisha. They want Keisha. They want Stacy. They don't want the average looking women and the below average looking women. Especially the below average looking woman. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm broke. I don't want a below average looking woman, bro. Being broke, nope. Even if I'm broke, nope. That's why you got a lot of incels walking around talking about Stacy, Keisha. Well, I say that. I call them Keishas. The top tier black women, I call them Keishas. You know, you see guys walking around, damn, I wish I had her. Damn, I got to settle for a female that got no booty at all. She passed her prime. You know, got a few kids and shit. I got to settle for this because I'm broke. Like, fuck all that. So when you're rich, you get the woman that you want. You feel me? You get the one that you want. You don't have to settle. Because settling sucks. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, I worked too hard throughout my life. You think I'm gonna settle for a flat booty woman with no breasts? That's old as shit? That's older than me? You must be smoking. Get across the street. What's up with it? You know. And the thing is, you get to control how your life is, man, nobody's in control over your life. You're calling the shots. You're in control. You hear what I'm saying? Nobody's telling you what you need to do and how to do it, and you know what I'm saying? Nobody's over you, man. You're at the top of the food chain. That's why dudes seek money and wealth, man, because a lot of motherfuckers are not okay with other men telling them what to do, man. They're not okay with that. You hear what I'm saying? This one billionaire said the reason why he became a billionaire is because he got tired of getting told what to do. He didn't like being told what to do, so he became a straight up billionaire. I forgot what video that was, man. It's here on YouTube. There's a billionaire talking about that. He said the reason why I became a billionaire because I didn't like getting told what to do. I just don't like other human beings telling me what to do. So he became a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes to be told what to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be belittled or work at a job that's only going to give you a pension at the end of your life. You know, at the end of your life, you got a pension, $300 or $3,000, $4,000 pension per month. And you don't get no. You know, that's not even enough, bro, to live in the U.S. comfortably. You know, you still got to work a job and shit. You know, this one lady, she was complaining about, you know, her pension wasn't keeping up with the cost of living, so she had to get a job. She like 70 and she had to work. She's supposed to be at the end of her life, man. She in the last quarter. She's supposed to be relaxing. Nah. You know what I'm saying? So nah, bro. You know, your bag is something that you gotta get throughout life, man. You can't sit here and not do nothing. You gotta chase the bag. And you know, walking around, I mean, for real, like me, like, I think in my 20s I wasn't really tripping about, you know, getting the women that I truly want, because I was getting the average females that I was getting. So I wasn't really tripping and slowing down to think to myself like, God damn, I could never get her unless I got some bread. I never thought about that. You feel what I'm saying? I never thought that, damn, I gotta get some money so I could get this woman right here. You feel me? You know. But now that I think about it, now that I got older, I'll never see some of the women out here that some of these dudes are walking around without money. I see them come into Starbucks all the time, bro. I think to myself, I'm like, I'll never see her without money. You know what I'm saying? I'm 45. I know when I can attract and when I cannot attract. And I always struggle getting women with nice big behinds. That frustrates the shit out of me, man. The females who like me now, they're slender, bro. Boobs, she's slender. She got a small to medium behind. I mean, it ain't that bad, but there's some booty meat back there, man. It ain't flat, you know, but it's not like how you really like it. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like how I really like it. You know what I'm saying? She got some boobs. My last girlfriend had boobs. I told you, I'm not really a boob person like that. But I don't mind. You know? I don't mind her having boobs. It's like, shit, I like boobs too, but not as much as the butt, man. You know? You get the bag, you get the one that you want. The real female that you want, bro. You don't have to settle for nothing. Or when you're fulfilled, you can walk around public, you see a woman with a nice big butt, you be like, my girl got that. I'm not missing out on nothing. I got a nice big ass at home. You know, I don't have to miss out. I ain't missing out on nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, instead of saying, damn, I wish my woman had a big butt like that, my woman got a flat pancake booty that I had to settle for. You know? So you live a more fulfilled life, man, and you get to travel all over the world, man. See different cultures and different countries and shit. You ain't stuck here, you know, in the matrix and shit, man. You free to go wherever you want on a private jet. You know what I'm saying? So that's why guys seek the bag. You see that? That's why I do seek the power, money. There's no limits, man. You can't be controlled. You know what I'm saying? You get the woman of your dreams. You feel me? You don't have to settle for the one you can attract with just your looks. Anyway, I'm about to end this live. I just got to the fun place. I see y'all the next one, man. I'm out. Peace.